Hi everyone, and welcome back to another basics lesson. This is week 5 of AI Basics, where I teach you every week a new way that you can use AI to save you time throughout your week. And I want to say a huge thank you to everyone that's been supporting my channel. We're almost at 60 subscribers, which is pretty massive, and I'm happy to see that people are really getting value out of these videos and that they're learning how to use AI and not be intimidated by it, as it may seem very intimidating. It's really quite easy to grab the basics of it, and that's what I'm here to teach you. Today's video is going to cover how you can save yourself hours and hours of time from analyzing reports, documents, or scopes of work by allowing ChatGPT or generative AI to analyze and read reports for you and give you summaries and give you key data from those reports. Now I'm going to paint a picture for you quickly, and I'd like to see if anyone watching this video has ever experienced this before. Have you ever spent copious amounts of time reading through reports just to get lost in the details? For accountants, project managers, or any other professionals, reading and analyzing these reports may be a daily or a weekly struggle for you. But what if I told you that AI can summarize these reports for you in just seconds? In this video, I'll show you how AI can break down reports into key points and summaries, saving you hours and hours of time. So let's jump right into it. Like I always suggest, you might want to have your laptop open with chatgpt.com open as well so you can follow along. It might make it easier to learn the process of doing all this. Also, you might want to go off track and do your own thing. That's totally fine as well. But if you're new here, we're logged into chatgpt.com. We've registered and made our account, and we're ready to ask it whatever we want. So the first thing you're going to want to do today is hit this plus where you can upload files and more, and then upload it from wherever you have it. If you have it from OneDrive or Google Drive, you'll click one of these, but mine's just coming from my computer. Once it's uploaded, you're able to ask ChatGPT your prompt, and whatever it is you ask it, it has context to this report or to this PDF, and you're able to ask it questions directly about what you've uploaded. So just for some context, this is the report that I'll be going through. It's just a sample report that I found, and it's pretty long. It's about 25 pages, and it has a lot of information in it, as you guys can see. Personally, I wouldn't want to read all of this information. I don't think I could internalize all of it at once. And it takes a lot of effort and energy. There's data, there's trends, and I'm going to show you how you can use ChatGPT to read all of this for you just to summarize the key points. So now we're back in ChatGPT, and my annual report is uploaded, and now I'm ready to ask. We'll start off with a basic prompt, and I'll just tell ChatGPT to summarize its annual report in 5 key points. So it read that report in about 2 seconds, and it's given us 5 key points that is taken out of the report for us. So it's telling us that the first point is the tax performance system, review and methodology, and then it's breaking down what that is in the report. The second one was findings and strengths. There's areas for improvement and risks identified. There's key recommendations, and there's global and systemic issues and actions. And so you can see just there in a few seconds, it took the 5 most important insights from that report and gave us a summary so that we didn't have to go through and read all of that data and then interpret it ourselves. It simply read the report and then interpreted the data and then gave us the key insights in a few seconds. We'll go ahead and do another bonus prompt for this example and ask it to break down this report if we were a beginner, if we didn't understand something, and to explain it in simpler terms. So we've given it this prompt that says break down the report for a beginner and to explain it in simple terms. And what it's done is it's just given us a brief summary of what the report is actually about. It's a review of how well a government office is handling unemployment insurance taxes. And it also tells us down here that the report checks different areas of the tax system to see what's working well and what needs improvement. And then it goes ahead and breaks it down further. And it says, how did they review the tax system? What did they find? So then what's going well? What needs improvement? And then what are their recommendations? So just off the first example here, I've shown you how ChatGPT is able to actually read these long documents and interpret the data for us. And then you can ask it different questions that you're curious about. So if you want to know a specific section within that report, you can dive deep into that specific section. Or if you want a broad overview, you're able to ask for summaries and key bullet points and key insights. And then using this method, you can work with ChatGPT as if it's an employee or if it's a coworker and actually really get what you want out of it instead of reading this report yourself and spending a lot of energy doing that. Let's check out another example. That example was a really good general one that shows you what ChatGPT is capable of in terms of it's able to read reports or it's able to read documents and you're able to work with it really well. This next example, we're going to look at more if you're a project manager or if you're looking at scopes of work, how you can work with ChatGPT to actually understand scopes of work documents and understand those better. So again, I'm just going to upload a file from my computer and I've uploaded my scope of work PDF right here. And so again, I've just found an example scope of work, and for some context, we'll go through it so you see what we're working with. It's just a pretty simple scope of work document that lays out what the contract is, what the contractor is responsible for. So scope of work, and this is something that's pretty extensive and either you don't want to read it or you're going to delegate it for someone else to read it, or if you're a business owner or if you simply don't have time to delegate this work, this is really where ChatGPT and this generative AI comes into play, where you can work with this within 10 or 15 minutes, even less than that, within 5 minutes even. You're able to work with ChatGPT and go through the scope of work and understand, is your contractor doing something he's not supposed to do? Is it in his scope of work? Was he supposed to do it? You can do all of that with ChatGPT. So let's jump into this example. Let's just say that this is your scope of work for your contractor and you want to know if it's in their scope of work to do a specific thing. You don't want to go through and read the whole document. So this is where you ask ChatGPT the simple prompt, and I'll do that right now. So I've just asked, is the contractor responsible for field investigation oversight? If so, where in the document does it specifically say this? ChatGPT reads the scope of work. It says, yes, the contractor is responsible for the field investigation oversight. It's explicitly stated under 3.1 description of work where it says this. Now, if we want to double check that, we'll open the PDF and see that if we go to 3.1, project planning facilitation, if you go through and read 3.1, you'll see that the contractor is required to provide field investigation oversight. Now, instead of you reading through 2 full pages and maybe making a mistake, ChatGPT does that for you within seconds. Let's go through another example. So my next prompt that I'm going to ask it is the contractor responsible for conducting lab testing of environmental samples? If so, where is it mentioned in the document? This second part is pretty important to add because it's going to give you this 3.1 description of work where it says this. Another thing that's important to note is that because you've already added your scope of work in this chat, there's no need to add it again in this chat here. It already remembers and it's already reading this PDF. So it's going to just remember that for as many prompts as you give it. And it says, no, the document does not state that the contractor is responsible for conducting lab testing of environmental samples. And then it gives you their responsibilities that focus on planning, oversight, and review. And then it gives you a little bit of context as well. And then I've also gotten a notification from ChatGPT that says I've hit my free plan limit for GPT-4o, and you won't even be able to add any more files. And so because of this, I'm actually going to show you another AI that you can use to do this exact same thing that's free as well, but it doesn't also provide this restriction. Okay, I know this is in the same tutorial. I'm going to be showing you 2 different AIs. The first one is obviously ChatGPT. The second one is an AI that is also super smart, and it's also free, but it doesn't provide those limitations as ChatGPT does, where if you use it too much on the free version, it'll limit you and say you have to come back in a few hours. And sometimes that's not the case. You got to get stuff done now. So this website or this generative AI doesn't have any limitations on that, and it's called DeepSeek. So what you want to do is go to chat.deepseek.com and then register an account. And once you've registered your account, it'll take you to this page right here. And this page is pretty much the exact same as ChatGPT. It just says you can message it, and it has a couple of different options, which we're not going to jump into right now. I'm just going to show you how you can do the exact same thing on this website. So you want to go to this paperclip option, which is going to allow you to upload documents, which is the same as the plus button on ChatGPT. If this paperclip is blanked out and it won't let you click it, you might want to make sure that search is off. If search is on, it won't let you upload files. You just want to turn search off, and then you'll be able to upload files. And so I've uploaded the exact same PDF document right here, and we can actually sample it and look through it if we just click on it. It's the same document. And then from here, you can go ahead and do it exactly what it is you were doing on ChatGPT. DeepSeek is not any dumber. It's just that ChatGPT is a lot more available and a lot more people know about it. But usually when all of my free prompts run out on ChatGPT, I just transfer over here to DeepSeek, and then I'll go ahead and ask it whatever it was I was asking. And then you can see here, it does the exact same thing. It functions the exact same way. It's still interactive like ChatGPT. And with that comes the end of this tutorial on how you can use ChatGPT and DeepSeek to read reports and documents and interact with it and work with it such that you don't have to rely on other employees or other people to do this stuff for you. Reading documents takes time, takes energy, takes effort. Doing this, allowing AI to read it for you and trusting that and give you key insights will save you over the long run lots and lots of time, and it may even be more accurate as well. And it's really useful to know how to use it to your advantage when you're working with stuff like this. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to, again, like, subscribe, and share. Throw a comment down below if you want to see anything specifically. And we'll see you guys next week with another tutorial.